Hello, everybody. I'm Tom White, the Chief Value Officer for Engine, the Network for Global Innovation. I'm thrilled to share with you a conversation I had with our CEO, Fred Walti. Fred is the founder of Engine, the co-founder of the Los Angeles Cleantech Incubator, and a serial entrepreneur with more than 11 startups to his credit. We talk about how to build an innovation economy and a program we created with the leadership team of the Western Riverside Council of Governments called We Are Innovation 2030. We discuss how it generates 5 times the economic growth of a conventional service economy across cities and regions, and how it can be used to transform the Inland Empire into the innovation empire. Here we go. What is an innovation economy?
I'm glad you asked that. It's an incredibly important question in today's world. An innovation economy is an economic engine that drives the creation of more family supporting jobs. In fact, if you look at the numbers, an innovation economy creates 5 times the number of jobs in a traditional economy. How does it do that? That's your next question. Well, it does that through the continuous introduction of new technologies, products, business models, services that all help build new companies. So an innovation economy is a growth economy.
What is We Are Innovation 2030?
We Are Innovation 2030 is a new, really important initiative by the Western Riverside Council of Governments. This is, in fact, a new organization focused entirely and solely on the creation of an innovation economy for the Inland Empire.
How will We Are Innovation 2030 create an innovation economy in this region?
As you may know, the Western Riverside Council of Governments spent 2 years looking and studying the Inland Empire's innovation assets and what the landscape looks like. And the really good news is that there are a lot of innovation assets throughout the Inland Empire. There are over 1,000 technology companies looking for investment. So the We Are Innovation 2030 approach is going to use a hub and spoke model to connect all those assets together so that they can collaborate together, so the region speaks with one voice when it comes to innovation. And it's a model that we've been using for 10 years now, and we're really excited about implementing it in the Inland Empire.
We're hearing research from McKinsey, for example, that says that with automation that will bring unemployment. We're going to see unemployment levels of like 800 million people worldwide. We've heard reports from the University of Redlands that there's going to be up to 60% unemployment in some regions that are particularly susceptible. Does this concern you as relates to We Are Innovation 2030?
Well, of course it concerns us, but even more importantly today is because of COVID-19 is bringing all of this automation forward, and the people that are losing their jobs, that are unemployed, are the service workers, the restaurant workers, and the service economy. So automation is a really important factor in doing this. So We Are Innovation 2030 aims to become a resilient economy by building in this technology infrastructure and this technology base for an economy, so that it makes it much more easy to withstand automation.
You mentioned that there are 1,000 startups in the Inland Empire region. Do they have the entrepreneurial support around them that will be needed in order to grow the innovation economy with the speed that you're describing?
Well, it's a good question. I think we were all pretty surprised that there were 1,000 entrepreneurs looking for investment. What they don't have, of course, is the support they need to find that investment, teaching them how to find investment, connecting them with investors, getting them to go to market quicker, scaling their businesses quicker. That's the real challenge of a support system for entrepreneurs. And that's what We Are Innovation 2030 is going to do. And that's our primary objective. And of course, We Are Innovation 2030 is going to be implemented by entrepreneurs who've actually done that.
So there are different incubators and accelerators in the region, right? Are they able to create the kind of support system that's needed for these entrepreneurs?
Well, there's good news and bad news. The answer is no, they're not able to create that support system as they now exist. But we've visited with the folks at Excite and the Murrieta genome incubators, and they're terrific programs. They just don't have the wherewithal to really build programs at the scale we need. And so that's one of the things that We Are Innovation 2030 is going to do. We're going to help them collaborate, share best practices, share entrepreneurs, share customers, so that in fact, we can build up the region's innovation help much quicker.
So where do places fit into this? Do you need to build a building in order to house these innovation activities?
Well, the short answer is no, but we're really excited about the Innovation District in Riverside. We think that's going to be a great project and a great hub for entrepreneurs. But if the buildings are empty, you don't need a building. So we think what we need to start with is the programs, and build the programs that will develop the capacity so that we can then have a building. That was the approach we took with the Los Angeles Clean Tech Incubator. We started in a bus repair garage in downtown Los Angeles, and for 5 years we stayed in that 3,000 square foot building, helping an increasing number of entrepreneurs, to the point where when we built our new La Cretz Innovation Campus, which by the way is 60,000 square feet, purpose built, $50 million we raised, we were ready for it. And I think that's the approach we're going to use with We Are Innovation 2030. We're going to build the programs first and then find the spaces to support them.
What role does government need to play in order to make this all happen?
Tough question. We work with cities around the world, literally from Karachi to Paris to Tokyo. And in every one of these instances, the most important part of an ecosystem is the leadership of that city. The leaders need to point the direction of an innovation strategy for their economic development. But beyond just pointing the direction of the strategy, cities need to start to act like innovators. They need to start becoming more like a startup, which means they do things quicker, they try things, they pivot, they help entrepreneurs, and they create an environment that in fact really welcomes innovation and new thinking. That's the importance of government, is to allow that and in fact foster that to happen.
So the innovation economy can create an amazing future. The question is, how do you know that that model will work for this region?
Well, the simple answer is we've been doing this for 10 years around the world, and we have a track record of success. So we're pretty confident that we're going to take our model, which has been specifically designed for the Inland Empire, and implement, and it's going to be successful. I hope it's going to be as successful as Los Angeles, which we created $625 million worth of long-term economic value and over $250 million worth of new revenue for the city of Los Angeles, just through our one little incubator in downtown Los Angeles. So we're pretty confident that this model, which has been developed from all of this experience from around the world, will work in the city. And we spent a year fine-tuning it for the Inland Empire.
In times of COVID-19, do cities really have the wherewithal to build an innovation structure?
Well, as you know, we're really facing some tough times here in the U.S. and in fact, globally. 20% unemployment is what people think we are right about now. But those of us in the economic development business, we're yearning for the post-COVID-19. How do we rebuild our economies? That's what we're all thinking about. And the question is, are we going to rebuild what we had, okay, or are we going to rebuild what we need? And so we think that not only is this the right time, this is the perfect time to, in fact, build the innovation infrastructure that can, in fact, build an economy over the long period of time and make it much more resilient, so it has the ability to withstand these disruptions that we're going to continue to have forever.
How does this work with Governor Newsom's plans?
Pretty good question right about now. Well, we know that the governor is really concerned and focused on building the economy of the inland California part. Okay? The coast are doing pretty well, but how do we build on the inland side? And he's developed a program called Regions Rising, and we think this is a perfect example of how to make an inland SoCal region thrive by building a new innovation economy within it. So we think it's perfect, and we've had a lot of really positive discussions, not only with the governor's team, but with our representatives up in Sacramento.
How did We Are Innovation 2030 start, and who's behind it?
Well, 2 years ago, the leadership team of the Western Riverside Council of Governments realized that the Inland Empire needed to do something different and better to harness its innovation capabilities. And so they launched the We Are Innovation 2030 campaign and program about 2 years ago. In the meantime, we've really met some really terrific partners that have become really essential in this. And one of those partners is the Milken Institute. Their whole thinking on what's the future of work is absolutely in tune with how we think about things. So together with the Milken Institute and WRCOG, we're going to implement this hub and spoke network that will in fact make the Inland Empire an innovation economy over time.